What if I told you Google's next big phone leak isn't about the specs, camera, or screen but monkeys? Yeah, seriously. The Pixel 12 series just got its first leak, and it's all about primate-inspired codenames. According to a trusted leaker on Telegram called Mystic Leaks, Google is already working on the Pixel 12 lineup, even though it's not expected until 2027. And like Google's past habits, these early internal names are more than just random. They actually give us a small glimpse into how the company thinks about its devices. So here's what we've got. The basic Pixel 12 is called Galago, which is a small, wide-eyed primate also known as a bush baby. Then we have Sasquatch for the Pixel 12 Pro, even though, yeah, Sasquatch isn't real, but more on that in a minute. The Pixel 12 Pro XL gets the name Silverback, likely referring to the dominant male gorilla, which might be a clue that this is the biggest and most powerful version. Finally, there's Capuchin for the Pixel 12 Pro Fold, a smart and active monkey species. While these names might sound silly at first, they follow a pattern Google's been using for years. Right now, in 2025, we're expecting the Pixel 10 series in just a few months, and all those devices are codenamed after horses like Frankel, Blazer, Mustang, and Rango. Then, next year's Pixel 11 series is said to be using bear-related names like Cubs, Grizzly, Kodiak, and Yogi. So it looks like Google is sticking with an animal theme for each generation. But these names aren't just for fun. Internally, they help engineers and developers keep track of different models as they appear in testing platforms like Geekbench or Google's Android open source project. Even though these codenames don't tell us anything about the battery, size, processor, camera, or refresh rate in hertz, they do confirm that Google is already working on the Pixel 12 family behind the scenes. That in itself is exciting, especially for fans who like to track early signs of development. It's also interesting that the Pixel 12 Pro's codename is Sasquatch because unlike Galago, Capuchin, or Silverback, Sasquatch isn't actually a real animal. Maybe Google wanted to add a bit of mystery to that specific model, or maybe it's a nod to the idea of the Pro version being rare or hard to catch. It's too early to say. But what we do know is that leaks like this usually come from devices being tested inside Google, and the source Mystic Leaks has shared accurate information before. So while the final names or models might change before 2027, the fact that these codenames have appeared already means one thing: development has definitely started. Have you ever tried to take a super close-up photo of something tiny like a bug on a leaf or a drop of water on a flower, only to end up with a blurry mess? That's where macro photography comes in, and if you're someone who enjoys snapping detailed shots of small things, then the Pixel 10 might just be your dream phone. Google is planning to shake things up with how it handles macro photography in the upcoming Pixel 10 series, and this change could make a big difference in the quality and flexibility of your photos. Right now, Pixel phones that support macro mode only use the ultra-wide camera sensor for close-up shots. That works fine most of the time, but it comes with some limits, especially when you're trying to get detail from a distance without losing focus. So what's Google changing? The Pixel 10 will reportedly use not just the ultra-wide sensor, but also the telephoto sensor when capturing macro shots. It's a smart system where the phone switches between the two sensors based on how close you are to your subject. When you're a bit farther away, it'll use the telephoto sensor to lock focus. As you move closer and the telephoto lens starts to lose focus, the phone automatically switches to the ultra-wide sensor, which can focus better at shorter distances. This system gives you a more flexible way to shoot macro photos, no more struggling to get your phone just inches away from the subject while keeping things clear. And if you're taking pictures of things that get scared off easily, like butterflies or bees, the telephoto sensor helps you capture them without getting too close. This method, known as telemacro, isn't exactly brand new. Back in 2022, Samsung tested a similar feature on the Galaxy Z Fold 4, but strangely enough, they didn't stick with it and switched back to using just the ultra-wide lens in the Galaxy Z Fold 5. More recently, companies like OnePlus and Oppo have added tele-macro support to their phones too, though they haven't really advertised it. What makes the Pixel 10 different is how it blends the two methods together instead of picking just one. The phone is expected to use its 5x telephoto sensor for macro photos when you're a little farther from the subject, and then switch to the ultra-wide sensor when you're up close. Plus, using the telephoto lens for macro shots gives you a smooth background blur, often called bokeh, which helps make your subject stand out clearly. Google's software will handle all this switching automatically, so you won't need to fiddle with settings or guess which lens to use. But this improvement in macro photography isn't happening alone. Have you ever seen a phone that looks so sleek and thin, only to be completely thrown off by one awkward detail? That might be exactly what's going on with the upcoming Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. On the surface, this could be Samsung's thinnest foldable phone ever, just around 9mm thick when folded and nearly 4.5mm when fully open. That's impressively slim, especially when you compare it to earlier Galaxy Z Fold models or even rivals like Huawei's Mate X2 Ultimate, which measures about 3.6mm. But here's the thing, a new leak is making some people pause. And it's all about the camera bump. A user on Reddit, going by the name PR0Fisi, shared an image render that shows the Galaxy Z Fold 7 with a massive rear camera island. The triple lens setup looks huge, especially from a side angle, and even though the phone is shown with a case on, which naturally adds some bulk, the bump itself still sticks out quite a lot. For some users, that might be a deal breaker. Imagine having this super thin, futuristic phone that feels like a gadget from a sci-fi movie. And then you turn it over and see this chunky camera block sitting right there. It feels like it ruins the whole point of the phone being thin, too. Be fair, not everyone minds. Some people, especially those who care more about camera quality than how flush their phone sits on a table, might not care. If those cameras deliver sharp images and smooth video, the bump might be worth it. But for others, especially those who were excited about how slim the phone looked in earlier leaks, this bulky camera could make them think twice. It's not that big cameras are new. Even the best phones today often have camera bumps. But in a phone where Samsung is clearly pushing thinness as a key selling point, having such a big camera module seems like a weird choice. It kind of sense. Mixed signals. On one hand, Samsung is trying to show off with numbers, thinner chassis, smaller hinge, and all that. But on the other hand, this camera bump kind of cancels out that whole vibe. And since this image is just a leak, not an official photo, there's still a chance things could change. Maybe the bump won't be that noticeable in the final design. But still, with the official launch expected in July at Samsung's next Unpacked event, there's not much time left for surprises. It's interesting because foldables are already a niche product. People who buy them usually want cutting-edge tech,